Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent licensed in all 50 states. Glad you joined me about how to buy an annuity, looking at mortality credits and why that is so important. Mortality credits. Let's talk about it after this. All right, I'm back. People are commenting behind the camera about my winter line of Stan the Annuity Man gear, and they're arguing, should the collar be up, should the collar be down? Does it really matter? It's the Stan the Annuity Man winter line. I mean, come on now. Can't give away where we filmed this because then people would show up. We don't want to do that. So the big question is, what's a mortality credit? Stan the Annuity Man. It's the pooling of everyone in your age group, pooling you together and your life expectancy, and you taking advantage of the pooling of that risk with all of you. Good friend of mine's name is Tom Hegna, and if you go to the Fun with Annuities YouTube channel, I have a podcast that I do every week, and Tom has been a regular guest on the Fun with Annuities podcast, and he has a great story that he tells. He tells it better than I do, so I'm going to give my southern version. So Tom, if you're watching, the credit's all you, but I'm going to give the version that you gave on my podcast. He explains mortality credits like this. There's 5 ladies, and they're all 80 years old, and they go on a road trip, and they get to the hotel, and they're sitting around drinking their really good glass of wine, probably Merlot, and they're saying to themselves, you know, let's all put $100 into this box, and then the survivor gets to keep all of it, right? So they did that, $500. The next year, they go on this trip, and unfortunately, one of their friends had passed away, but there were 4 of them sitting there, and there's still $500 in there, right? So they're all taking advantage of that $500. Next year, they go on the same trip. There's 3 of them there. There's still the $500. Now, Tom goes into the details and the percentages, but what I wanted to kind of lay out to you is that's in essence what mortality credits are all about. You're benefiting from everybody, the life expectancy from everybody your age. Everybody's put money in, and that's the reason the annuity company can pay out that amount for your life as long as you're breathing, because they're factoring in everybody that's your age. Some are going to live longer than their life expectancy. Some are going to live shorter than their life expectancy. But that's the transfer of risk nature of a lifetime income stream when the pricing of that lifetime income stream is based on life expectancy mortality credits. That's the reason I say there's no ROI until you die. Up until that point, it is a transfer of risk. So the typical call that I get from Chester, my favorite caller, and Chester's the uncle at the family reunion. Everyone has it, and he corners you in the corner and talks to you for 3 hours about politics. And Chester calls up and goes, well, I ain't going to buy this, I'm not buying this lifetime income annuity because I'm waiting on interest rates to move. And everybody does that. Chester's not alone. Everybody calls me and says something similar to that. Well, I'd really like to buy the lifetime income product, the immediate annuity, deferred income annuity, or qualified longevity annuity contract, or income rider. I want to buy that lifetime income product when interest rates are higher. Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent. Number 1, can you tell me when those interest rates are going to be higher? The answer is no, but that's not really the good question. The good question is, does that even make sense? And the answer to that is no. Interest rates play a secondary pricing role. Mortality credits drive the pricing train. Lifetime income is driven by the life expectancy, mortality credits. That's what drives the train, the pooling of risk for people at your age and life expectancy. Now, what you have to understand with mortality credits, life expectancy, that does not equate into opportunity or market growth. When you're looking at mortality credits and life expectancy for lifetime income, you're looking at transferring risk. You're looking at making sure that contractually that income stream is going to hit your bank account every single month until you die. As long as you're breathing, that income is going to continue. Sound familiar? It should. Social Security. Social Security is the best inflation annuity on the planet. I keep telling you that because I want you to already understand that you already own an annuity, even though you might say you hate annuities, you already own one. So if you're adding to that income floor, so you have the lifetime income from your Social Security, which is the best inflation annuity on the planet, and if you don't believe that at the time of this taping next year, that increase to your Social Security should be a doozy. It should be a good one, and it's going to prove that, that is the best inflation annuity on the planet. But when you're looking at lifetime income to add to that for that income floor, and that income floor is that monthly amount that's hitting your bank account every single month, regardless of who's in office or what's happening, mortality credits drive the pricing train for lifetime income, period. So the younger you are, the lower the payment. Why? Because you have more life expectancy, which means there's going to be more payments, which means those payments are going to be lower. If you're older, then there's less life expectancy, okay? Which means there'll be fewer payments, which means the payments will be higher. Here's the call I get all the time. Should I take Social Security at 65, Stan the Annuity Man, or should I wait till 70? Not a good answer. Just bad sales pitches, as I always say. At 70, the payments are going to be higher. Why? You're right, because you're older. Should you wait to 70 or take them at 65? No good answer to that. Why? Because at 65, you're going to get payments. And if you wait to 70, you have to factor in the 60 payments that you missed to wait to 70. And how long is that going to take to make up? Remember, annuities are math. This isn't emotional. Yes, I'm emotional. Yes, I'm gregarious and happy and glass half full. I am. Because I think annuities can provide that lifestyle you're looking for, that guarantee you're looking for, that transfer of risk that you're looking for. But there's no perfect answer of when you should buy a lifetime income annuity or when you should turn on your Social Security. There's no good answer. It all comes down to your goals, period. So you need to think about, how much money do I need to add to my income floor? Should I start it now? Should I live now? Remember what I always tell people. All my clients know this. And I was on a conference call the other day with my team, and it's virtual, and everyone's all over the country because we have places all over the country. And one of my team members had a picture of a U-Haul, of a hearse pulling a U-Haul. And I always say there's no U-Hauls behind hearses. I say that for a reason. I want you to live your life. I want you to spend your money. If you ask me, should I turn on the income stream sooner than later? Unless you are popped into a higher tax bracket and that bothers you, I'm going to tell you to turn it on sooner than later. Why? Because I want you to live your life. I want annuities to provide that lifestyle for you. I want annuities for lifetime income to provide that transfer of risk, income floor, and you working those mortality credits to your favor because you're pooling that risk with everyone else that's your age. So when you talk about how to buy an annuity and you're buying an annuity for income and you're considering life expectancy and mortality credits, I think it's an opportunity. And the opportunity is you're piggybacking off all those other people that's your age to get a higher income because you're all kind of pooling that risk and transferring that risk for that income. Remember that story I told about the 5 ladies going on the trip and drinking the Merlot and putting $100 in a box? That's the way you should look at mortality credits. You're pooling the money, okay? And you're all going to benefit, period. Whether you live longer, shorter, whatever, you're going to benefit because you're going to get lifetime income. Hey, one last thing. Shout out to my friend Tom Hegna. If you don't know who that is, you need to know. Go to tomhegna.com, and I typically don't promote people like that, but he doesn't sell annuities. He's a guru of retirement planning. He likes annuities for the transfer of risk nature. He has really good examples of mortality credits in his books. One of his books is called Paychecks and Playchecks. I recommend that, but I do recommend you going to my site, and you can listen to some of the podcasts that I've done on my Fun with Annuities podcast. It's weekly, but we have the replays on my website, or you can go to the Fun with Annuities YouTube channel and watch it. I've done a couple, at the time of this taping, I've done a couple with Tom, and they're fantastic because we talk about why lifetime income annuities should be put in your portfolio and how mortality credits work. He does a great job of explaining that, and I'm going to give him credit one more time for that example of the 5 ladies drinking the wine and putting the money in the box. That's his, and I give him full credit for that. Hey, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next Stan the Annuity Man YouTube video.